Oh, there's motion blur. Oh, I know I can turn that off.
They're looking at their screen, not in menus, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, I didn't count in.
Ah!
Yay!
I know there's an
We gotta
option.
do it.
Woo!
Review bobbing off.
All right, well, that was a good recording, guys.
Yep.
Okay, well, I have motion blur for some reason.
Your shader settings are probably doing that.
Okay, shader options. Light and
Let's see, which direction am I going here?
Or your
The
atmospheric?
high.
navigating the Nether has gotten a little bit less
We can't
easy
even,
than it did.
we can't fit a horse onto the
Thank
block
goodness.
anymore.
Ah, sweet relief.
What? Really?
Yeah, they can't go through one by one.
That's silly. They are one by one.
I know.
Oh, I've been waiting to open this soda for so
Yeah,
long.
but you have to be riding them, don't you?
So that's why you've been trying to rush us. You're like, I don't care about the settings. Let's just make this video.
Yep, that was me.
I mean, if he hadn't cared about the settings, we wouldn't have been sitting there for an hour trying to get Hannah's shaders to work.
Now she's still fidgeting with them. But at
The
least they're on
embarrassing
and correct.
problem, the thing is that it, like, turning the computer on and off again was the solution, and it did take us, like, an hour to try that.
Like, the IT guy inside me was like, we should suggest that. And then I was like, nah, that's not going to help this situation.
And you're like that.
I don't see how that would help
Looks
at
like a
all.
dog.
But even the IT guy in me was like, this isn't the time for that shiza.
And then you were like, I found Joe's secret nether stash.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair,
not
I was just
Nether.
playing Minecraft. I haven't. It feels like forever since I played Minecraft. I missed last week. Went down to Illinois,
Yeah,
where people
where-
go to die.
Yeah, exactly, where people
No.
go to die.
It's where people go when someone dies.
That's-
Well, you
That's
might as well
what
tell
my-
the story now, Al, because we sound
Yes.
like lunatics.
Okay, so my grandma died,
That's
and
that
it's
great
fine.
story.
Everybody chill. I don't need like your condolences because she had a good long life and like a little bit of pain at the end there, so it was fine. But I went to her funeral, and I left my kids behind. I said I'm going to Illinois for Grandma's funeral because Grandma died.
Man, leaving
Your
your kids
great-grandma.
behind seems to be kind of a big thing to do for just your grandma dying.
What? Taking my
not-
kids with me would have been a big thing to do for Grandma dying.
I'm saying you
Sort of
left
sound
them
like you
behind,
left them in
permanently.
Illinois.
Yeah, like...
Oh no. I left them at home and told them where I was going, which was great because when I called them, they were like, "Are you in Illinois?" Even Jack learned the word and was saying it back to me, and I was pretty proud about that. And I get home and AJ says to me, he's like, "Are we gonna die one day? Are you gonna die, Daddy?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm gonna die." And of course, he doesn't understand time because he's only lived for 5 years, so he thinks that everything's gonna happen basically tomorrow.
Aw.
Yes.
So he's like, "When you die, can I go to Illinois?" So I guess we're gonna have to have my funeral in Illinois. That's where I am in the world.
And that's what happens when you die. Or when someone dies. We all
When
go
someone
to
dies,
Illinois.
y'all have to go to Illinois.
And you just go to Illinois, and it's like not farmland really. It's just like headstones forever.
It's a bummer because the second time I tried to get to Illinois last year for her 90th birthday. Broke down, and I got there this year. It's 2 different trips I've made towards Illinois, and I didn't get to meet up with Dan.
Oh, yeah.
One day.
Or your grandma.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, no, at least I did see her this time.
I mean,
It wasn't good conversation, but she was physically present.
on the dark
Not
block.
spiritually.
On the dark one.
How's that, motion blur, Hannah?
I turned it off.
Oh.
Yeah.
Part of me's
Monitor,
hoping the
are you
anime
sick
thing
yet?
flips back on.
That
Are you,
was... I
are
don't
you
know
throwing
what
up
the
yet?
heck that was.
Again, having seen Al's footage of that time it happened to him, it just goes crazy sometimes. You gotta restart your computer.
Yeah, let me see if there's anything else that's...
Of course. I was laughing so hard. I was like, of course the rain's blue, Al, it's rained. His computer was like this vibrant,
That was like
pulsating
Netherblock
cyan.
1 or 2,
I
right?
know, it was so amazing. And then it started switching to yellow and then green.
It's like
was
we
a
turned on
so-
those like super settings.
Oh, those are so fun. Everyone's done those, right?
Done the what?
Hannah,
The super
have you ever
secret
turned on
settings?
super secret settings, Hannah?
What? No.
Yeah, go to video
No,
settings.
don't do it, because you'll have to restart the game to turn it off or whatever.
No,
you
like
don't.
you don't
No, you
have to. Where is it? It's under options.
Options.
Where's the super secret settings? Where are they?
Is it... It's not snooper settings, is it?
No.
No?
Trying to find it.
Sounds like it.
It's under video.
Video settings. Other?
Did they
They might
take it
have
out?
patched it out.
Oh, man. Is this... No.
Oh.
That'd be the worst joke ever
Easy
if it didn't
mode.
even exist. It's not easy mode.
No, that's not.
Gotcha!
Haha, we got you.
April Fools!
We got you to look at a folder. Don't be mad. It's just a
We
prank.
got you to troubleshoot for an hour, and all we had to do was turn your computer on and off.
It's just a prank,
Psych.
bro. You could do like a YouTube channel just like nerdy pranks like that. Like, oh, I got you to look at that
You know what
shaders
would take
folder.
the absolute cake in that one? Was when Al set up that alternate server on tabletops.
Oh, that was so funny though.
Nothing happened, and then where are the super secret settings?
That's what I'm
I
trying to
got
find
you,
out.
Grandma.
I'm gonna have to like
I
Google
was
it.
telling you that was stuff that happened in Star Trek, but it was actually in Star Wars. April Fools.
Tooltips, full screen, quality.
Now I'm confused. I need.
What?
I said now I want to know too.
It's great.
Let's all. We're all in our.
Yes, let's all look at our menus.
Yeah, that was.
Today on the menu block.
Optifine might turn it off.
I guess it might. It seems annoying. This is too silly for us. We have to have vignette default?
Wait, vignetting? I found that
Yeah.
the same time you did. What is this? Vignetting.
Slightly darkens the screen corners.
How strange.
All right, Hannah, we need you to turn off all your settings so that we can turn on the super secret settings.
Yes. Man, that's
I've just-
annoying.
I know. Wait, what?
Well, do we tell her, or do we hope that we find it someday and can?
I'm gonna
have
Google it.
happen? Alright, good.
Tony Googles things.
Yay, today on
Block.
the Google Block.
No one will be seated during
Whoa.
the thrilling climax.
There was a great moment for that
Secret
in the GTA we just recorded where like we were all ramming golf carts into each other and nobody was moving. We're just in a line, sitting there all spinning our tires furiously. That was a good episode.
I also enjoyed their use of not quite that, but in Kerbal.
Oh, the Ron Howard voiceover? You did not have to be kidding him. You say that a lot, Joe.
Yeah, I do. Where's my
That and I don't understand. I just need a I need those
I don't know how
buttons
that's not a
on my
button yet.
soundboard.
I'll be honest.
As of
'cause
1.9, the button and the shaders have been removed for an internal rewrite.
Ah,
That's the lamest thing I've ever heard.
What was it?
what? You know what? That's some Microsoft BS right there.
Yeah, all it
They're
did was
like,
basically
we can't
make-
have a joke in our software.
like
You
there
would
were
go through like bizarre, like one would turn your screen upside down, one made it monochrome,
one made it look like you were tripping acid. Like
Yeah,
and
it
there's
was
just all sorts of colors. One turned
was
it
just
into
these-
just like lines.
one made it look like an old school, like old cathode ray TV screen.
Wow.
Can
was
we?
really
Is there a
funny.
mod that we can do to get that back? And select those? Cause I just want that now. I've realized how badly I want it to look like Atari.
No,
Have you? s-
we're not
what?
recording this in an Atari screen.
No, just like for my own benefit.
Oh,
Or for like a tiny little portion of it or something. Have you guys gone? I know all of you have played Super Mario Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
yes.
Have you done the thing with the camera where you can modify what it
Oh
looks like?
yeah, you can make it like look like
No.
old, like almost
Like
yeah.
you could get the not they'll shade it so it looks like a classic Nintendo.
Where's this?
When you take a picture of something,
Oh, no, I've not really gotten into that. Oh, it's raining.
you can move. So you can't like play the whole game like that. Unfortunately, I guess you theoretically could. How's the outside
If
looking?
You take pictures after picture after picture and
Yeah,
string them
24
together?
pictures a second, and then
No, I'm
like,
saying
you put
like
them together.
you can move the camera around in that mode, so it's obvious that the game can render it real time. They just
From
don't
one
have that
spot,
option.
I guess. That seems like.
I'm not saying I could theoretically do it, but the game is capable of it.
It is daylight, if anyone's wondering.
That's what I was
Daylight,
asking.
Like 10
Yes.
seconds ago. Damn it. Back
It's not
through the
even close to what
portals.
you were asking. You were talking about Mario.
No, I
Odyssey
asked
camera.
a second ago. I said, "What's it like outside?"
I did not hear that.
Sorry. Okay.
So, is it canon in Nintendo that it's Mario and Luigi Mario? Mario?
Yeah.
I believe
Okay, I wasn't
so.
sure if that was actually something that just came from that weird-ass movie, or if that's actually what it was.
Ooh, from
Well,
the
I
movie,
take
they
it
made
back.
up.
So I know that in the book, How Nintendo Conquered America, Super Mario, he talks about that as like something that was sort of enshrined in Nintendo fact. But I didn't actually fact check him because he wrote a whole book on it, so I assumed he knew what he was talking about.
Cover and everything.
What is going on the Netherblock?
There's
What?
like a penis, there's all sorts of things in the sky.
What?
It could be a sword too.
I believe it's a tie.
Oh, there's
It's a
stuff
tie
around
between
the...
what?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I was
Between a
gonna
sword
say-
and a penis.
It's like there's a Jesus fish, like that you see on cars, and then there's like a...
There's like a mustache with a smile. Oh, there's a whole face with a mustache and a smile. I can see the eyes up
And
there.
then a tie.
And a tie underneath it.
Yes.
But the tie's not centered.
Oh, you're talking... Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They found it.
All
Oh,
right.
that's a mouth. I see
You didn't
those are
notice
eyes
that?
up there.
What?
Oh my gosh, it's supposed to be a nose.
Yeah, you're right. It makes sense that Hannah wouldn't notice that.
Wouldn't notice that? Oh, what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I thought someone
Jeez,
I don't know,
creeper,
mildly
die.
pranked
Well, to
everybody.
be fair, you didn't say someone made a big goofy smiley face on the roof. You said weird things are happening on another block. There's a penis, a Jesus fish, and a sword. Like I don't think I would have made that leap
To be a
either.
Jesus
I thought she was
fish.
here already.
No, it's a happy dude on his way to work.
I mean,
Maybe he's on his way home from work, Hannah.
Because
I gotta
made,
leave a glass half
listen,
empty.
that's my son up there. I know what he's doing. I made him.
She did. And it was weird because as
Wait.
the editor, I knew something was going on and got to watch that unfold.
Wait, what happened?
Oh gosh, I've been working on that for an
Oh,
embarrassing
I
amount
thought
of
you were
time.
saying that your son in real life had built that. You're saying that you built a replacement son in Minecraft so you wouldn't have to deal with your real life son.
Yeah, and he has like a wonky eye.
see, that's why you know he's going to work, because he's got an entirely shallow like life at home, and the only enjoyment he gets is from sorting numbers at work.
Yeah.
Yes. He's a number sorter.
Yes, the
Bob
age-old
number
profession.
His father was a number sorter, and his father before him was a number
Has
sorter.
anybody known anybody who ever worked in a think tank?
No. That'd be awesome,
It's
though.
not real.
I keep hearing about like people who like they keep getting interviewed on the radio, like this guy's from this think tank, and I'm like, how do you get that job? How do you get just paid to sit around and think about stuff? I mean, I have a pretty great job, and like even I cannot conceive of the path that you take to just be like, yeah, I just like sit around and think about stuff that might be a good idea sometimes.
It's called working for the government or like a college.
No, it's an education.
Grants.
Well, I say that like it's a lot of political groups too.
Yep.
So if you want to push your like agenda, you pay a bunch of people who are maybe smart to think about ways that your thing could work out better. I guess like a lot of these think tanks are about trade and stuff.
Al explains think tanks on the political
Do
block.
you explain it? They all seem to have some kind of agenda.
Today on the Think Block.
They're not all just like, if we got a bunch of smart people together and thought about stuff, it's like, our think tank is about free trade. Our think tank is about communism. Our think tank is about, chicken farming or something. I don't know.
Is there a communism one? I'd love to hear that.
I'm sure there
well,
is.
I'm sure.
Like Marxism is like huge on campuses and things, so there's got to be like some think tank.
Yeah,
claiming
but
to be
there's a difference
social.
between a think tank and like a school board or like
Yeah,
a
who's
school.
funding these things? It's
Yeah.
got to be some rich dude. Well, I know Google funded one because a guy like there's a whole controversy because this guy published a paper anti-Google and they were partially funding the think tank and then he got fired.
Well, that's good. No partiality there.
I mean, I don't know. To be fair, the think tank was called "Why Is Google Awesome?" Let's think about it. So,
What was that guy thinking, huh? Oh! Good night, folks. It's been a great Netherblock. I'm retiring from the world of jokes from now on. The Nether's a freaking mess, guys. We
Yeah,
should
like-
never have been allowed into the Nether.
I'm just trying to make it better.
You're trying to make it better?
Yeah.
It's really bad when Tony's like, well, I'll stop being the force of evil here and start trying to repair things.
I mean, I was in part of this think tank, and they were like, you know what would be good? Safer Nether.
The other thing is that at some point somebody thought about like we're gonna have a place where people get together and think about stuff, about good ideas. What should we call it? And they're like, you know what we need? We need like this vision of all of these guys just in sort of like a vat, sort of floating there with their brains hooked
around a
up
bunch
to
of ideas. It was like,
Yeah, they had a think tank on what's called the think tank.
yeah.
That was the first think tank.
Get in here. We got to figure this out.
See, I think it should be a think pool.
Brain pool? No.
Yeah, that's
Maybe a brain sauna.
Cerebellum mixture?
Like, let's just throw more brain parts in. People won't know.
STEM.
It sounds so
Pot.
dumb. It sounds
Get out,
like
Larry.
the dumbest thing. A think tank.
How about a think pressure cooker?
The other thing is, like, you could also, like, are they all, like, is it a tank, like, that you shoot at things with?
Oh, yeah. What if it's a military tank?
Like, could
Run on
be. I mean, some of
thinking.
these are sort of government, I guess, funded.
Man, it could be like the metaphor of, like, powered by brains. We are powerful.
Yeah.
Well, now you've just blown my whole world apart, sir.
Did you never think about, because that was, as a child,
Never.
when I heard about think tanks, that was the first assumption that I made was, it's because the guys all sit in a tank and think about things.
How do you
get
go
that
back to your
job?
tank and think about what you've done?
Think about communism.
See, now I want to have a kid just so I can have a tank, like a fish tank in their room and be like, you know what, this is the timeout tank. You're going to think about it in the think tank, and you're going to come up with better solutions and better policies to help save the world.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
That's what you're doing wrong, Hannah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have a think tank.
Kid
for
doesn't
Adam.
have a think tank.
If he was in there and he was in the think tank, then you wouldn't be able to hear him whenever he cried. You'd be able to get some sleep.
Yeah, this is sounding less and less
sound
like a think
good.
tank and more like
Start like
challenges.
sending your kids to think tank instead of timeout. You got a think tank, mister.
Oh!
My footage
That
is
was
gonna
awesome.
be going from like perfectly fine to slow as molasses. So just a
Why?
heads up.
What's happening?
Like it goes from being like supremely choppy
you
to perfectly fine.
Are you doing game capture or display
I
capture?
only do game capture now.
You need to do display capture with Minecraft.
Well, it's like it's in. I would imagine it's Minecraft. That's the problem, because it.
Al's
It's-
had this
it's
problem
weird,
with
it's
fixing
I
it
have
by
been
just-
through this. You
capture.
have to do display capture with Minecraft and OBS. OBS does not like
fought it
Java for some
forever.
reason.
I
Okay,
hated
I
it.
do this.
And then I just switched to display, and it was
It's
okay.
actually the answer. It's not just Al saying things this time.
Yeah, I resented Al for it for a long time, but I got over it.
Tony still blames Al for it. It's very odd.
I designed
Al, why
OBS
did
not
you
to work with
program
Java.
so poorly?
There's another
like-
Java thing that we tried one time that OBS didn't want to work with either. I forget what it
Okay.
was.
They're gonna let me back
Focus.
in. Okay, hope that works.
Because I remember it happened to me in streaming. Was when I first like started
Yes.
troubleshooting it, because it was like, well, here we go with 3 frames per second, guys. Let's just hang out here and wait for a while.
So I shot a gas fireball back at it with a bow just now.
Yeah, you can
that's
definitely
awesome.
do that.
Yeah, it was.
See.
That's what my screen
Get to
earlier.
be handle.
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna say it seemed like you were about to die, and then you like
No,
I didn't see a
it's 'cause I
death
had this
message pop.
amazing shot. I was like, whoa! But we were deep in thought about something. I don't know what.
It's
I
still
don't know.
doing like it was okay for another. Okay, it's going back and forth again. This
Oh,
is
oh,
just.
Did you turn off the game capture?
Yeah, no,
when you turned on
I
display
deleted
capture?
the source for game capture. The source is
I don't know that I would
gone.
have done that. I still use game capture sometimes for some things.
I mean, I could
She
just.
sowed
It's,
the earth
it's
underneath
still
it, so
in
nothing can
the
grow.
like when you click like the plus button, it's still like in the game's list. It's just I don't have the source like that's in the source list right now, just in case that might be working with stuff.
Okay.
Can't say.
Oh. Ah, I'm stuck. I hate when this happens.
Speaking of salting the earth, I was listening to the Hardcore History podcast a lot on the trip, all the way down, all the way up, and I forgot that Belgium like intentionally salted their earth in World War One.
Yeah, they all like let the dikes loose.
Yeah, they just broke, and it's interesting. It doesn't
Sorry,
happen
that's
all at
insensitive.
once.
I did not mean to call them dikes.
What a fighting force it was.
Clad all in leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Don't be insensitive. Insensitive. You're our Tumblr representative.
But I wonder how, like, if that's still a problem for them today, that they got all that salt water in their country. They're still fighting
okay.
Like, explain the
Belgium?
situation like it was during World War I or World War II.
Yeah, and Belgium's not like a world power, right? They were holding their own against the Germans, like better than you would have expected. They really had no there's no chance that they were going to beat them on their own, but their whole idea was just hold them off so that everybody else could, do as good as they could to get ready and, be prepared for the Germans.
That was the Churchill quote, till those who were half blind were half prepared was the plan for that. That was how Churchill described it.
Oh, okay.
I
need to read it. I really want to read his account of the war, as I'm sure.
Yeah, I gotta get back to that. I started it about 12 years ago.
Yeah?
Yes.
The thing that inspired me to start off right away was the H.G. Wells outline of world history.
Interesting.
So I have gotten into the introduction of that, where he talks about why he did it, and I've not, since I got back from the trip, read anymore.
He just plagiarized O.J. Simpson, why he did it, or how I did it.
Wait, who did that?
In the future, somehow?
Yeah.
What is that? I missed the beginning of that joke.
It was about how O.J. Simpson did a book called How I Do It, or
Was gonna.
How I
It
Did
got canceled, right?
No, it got put out, but the civil lawsuit went against him, so that all the proceeds had to go to the family, and so the family made it so that how I did it, I did it, like they made if all tiny, like 2-point font, and then the rest was I did it.
The if was inside the letter I. It's actually really clever, I thought, how they did it. Man, somebody mined here and had a full inventory and just left these blocks all over the place.
That's Joe. He's just spreading his nether around.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna reap his.
It's my spore. Those are my babies.
Benefit.
They're gonna go to university and become
Engineers.
No, they're not.
This is double-celled, multi-celled organisms.
Yeah.
Yes.
They will probably become multi-celled
I
organisms.
don't know what
That's
spores
accurate.
become. Mushrooms.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Have an almost broken helmet.
Hey.
I heard Tony say, "Here, Hannah," and then Hannah started having panic attacks.
Here, Anna, have this full bucket of lava that I found.
Oh my gosh, what is that? Oh my gosh.
No, I.
So many feathers.
I didn't hear him
Still
say
got your
anything
chucks
before
there,
I
Tony.
saw him. I saw this figure in armor, and I'm like, oh gosh, this is like a zombie that got in.
No, I used to be really good at that because I had to go into classrooms, so you don't want to distract kids while people are teaching, and I would go fix the computers, and so I was just this giant dude that would walk in completely quiet, and sometimes teachers still wouldn't know I was there after their class left and be 30 minutes into lunch. They'd look up and they would just scream because I've been sitting there working on all their computers.
I don't know if that's a good thing or...
I mean, my stealth is leveled up.
That would be awful, especially if you're alone in the classroom or you think you're alone.
Yeah.
You're probably not doing anything untoward, but it's you just...
I mean, I've heard a lot of not so hidden flatulence because they think they're
That's
alone,
fair
but that's about it.
Yeah. Nose picking, singing.
Talking about how much they hate their students.
Being alone is great. It's just a great human experience. People don't sing the praises of alone time enough.
I
They
do.
don't until they have kids, usually.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Once
guess
kids
they
have
never
it, it's
stop talking
I
about
had
it.
8 minutes alone yesterday and I almost cried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Forever Alone subreddit is a fantasy for parents.
It's do you remember the last time you went to the bathroom without little tiny claws trying to drag you out?
Yeah, or trying to grab a razor or grab my really nice candle holders that I got from Walmart and just leave me and unrolling the whole toilet paper thing. Or trying to hand me just handfuls of crayons and be like, rainbow. It's that's fine, but I can't do anything with them right now.
We were reading reading the Bible the other day. In the book of Genesis, there's the section where it says Ham uncovered the nakedness of his father, and I stopped and I was like, see, this guy got cursed because he uncovered the nakedness of his father. This is why you knock before you come in the bathroom. I don't want you guys uncovering my nakedness.
Did that work?
Cool little object lesson there.
Yeah. Oh, also, it's interesting for yourself. Like, I remember saying things to my mom. Like, there's something she'll never let me forget. And I was like 4, and I walked in on her when she was just like putting lotion on and stuff. And apparently I said, your naked body is disgusting. And like, every time, like around, for some reason it's always like around Christmas, she's like, do you remember when you said that to me? And I was in good shape for my age after just having 2 kids. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
The fact that it bothered her is the best part. It's like, yeah, I've lost my touch. Oh no! My 4-year-old daughter doesn't find me attractive.
I also
That's
told
a
her
sound
that her
clip.
sister is way prettier than her, and she never forgot that either.
Wait, what was the second one?
Oh no, I told her that Aunt Carla was beautiful, and she wasn't as pretty as Aunt Carla, her sister.
Oh!
You just make her feel
'Cause,
so
like,
inferior.
okay.
That is hurtful.
So, because like to me, my Aunt Carla looked exactly like a Barbie, but not so much anymore because she got a bunch of work done and like her fat cells were destroyed in her stomach.
Oh,
so like
and she tried to keep looking like a Barbie
like
and reconstruct
yeah,
some
so she
stuff?
had like lipo so much in her stomach that the cells that create fat are like destroyed. So now all the fat goes to her neck.
Sounds awesome.
So
Oh, no, that doesn't sound awesome.
What?
she has a skinny.
That can happen.
Yeah, she has this. Oh, she had so much procedures done, so many tummy tucks. So like her fat cannot grow on her stomach except in funky patches. It can't grow on her butt, but it can grow on her thighs and on her neck.
That's horrifying.
And she keeps doing her makeup like it's the.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh
She
no!
keeps doing her makeup like
I'm
it's
gonna
the
burn to death
80s.
and I can't get away.
So then I started calling her a raccoon because she has a fat neck and she keeps doing her eyeliner like crazy
Were you
thick
still 4? Are you an adult who should know better at
No,
this point?
I was
Now
like
you're just insulting people.
11. I was 11, I want to say. I didn't call her it to her face, but my mom went on a vacation with her. When they came back, she has like huge boobs, a tiny waist, a tiny butt, and she has a huge neck.
That's not a vacation. I don't know what that is.
And she has like
not a vacation. That's a
huge
vacation
neck,
for her husband,
a huge
maybe.
face, and thick eyeliner, like a circle. So she looks like a freaking, I don't know what.
What? Why did that happen immediately after? I'm more worried about like I've never heard of this reaction to liposuction.
Because it was multiple procedures. Like it wasn't just one time. It was like
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
it was
one
multiple
time.
passes until the cells were destroyed.
Okay, but this one time when she came back from vacation, though, there seemed to be a lot
Oh no,
that
it
was
didn't
awry.
happen like just on that. Like I hadn't seen her in I don't know, like 5 years. So she had gotten a bunch of stuff
man.
done.
Still in 5 years.
So yeah, she was beautiful, and then my mom showed me pictures. I'm like, wait, who's this person you're sitting next to?
Did she just what? I don't fully understand this. Like, was it just that she had such an unrealistic expectation of herself that she couldn't
She does.
like keep up?
No,
anything?
she got addicted to having the work done, and she got used to
Yeah,
like
the addiction.
she stopped
Oh.
dieting because she was like, well, I could just keep having the fat sucked away.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, no, it became
Yowza.
laziness, and she married like a very wealthy man who was happy to pay for stuff like that.
Like
Okay.
weird, lumpy people. Found them attractive.
With a tiny butt and huge boobs and a giant neck.
If you're that guy, you don't have to keep them forever. Just keep them until they
That
wear
was the
out.
wedding
which-
vows, though.
Yeah.
It was through sickness and if you look like a lumpy raccoon.
He's so sweet though. Like he's handsome like a movie star and just adores her for some weird reason.
Oh, so they're
Well-
still together. Well, that's nice, I
Yeah,
guess.
no, he's like one of the sweetest people, but she's
My
special.
aunt probably has had some work, but she like cakes on the make. She is just extremely over the top with her look and her hair.
Yeah, just like over time. Also, like you start. I don't know if it might be like body dysmorphia, where like you get so used to covering very specific flaws that just over time you just really overdo it, and not doing it makes it seem really obvious that you have this thing shining in front of everybody.
Also, I feel like hair, after a certain point, you're just not keeping it, male or woman,
Yeah.
and to do that you have to get it extremely fake. Anyway, she looks a little. I call her Simba a lot of times because she's got this giant thing of hair on her head and there's a lot of makeup. I mean, she knows it, and her husband still dotes on her and she loves him. It's not like that's more of a growing old together thing. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, at some point you just have to accept the fact that you're both human and imperfect.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
I took a picture of her, like, with all of my nieces, and I used to put it together photo albums and caption all the photos. And she had so much makeup on that it was like a white cake on her face.
Oh, especially if there's like flash or something, and it just...
Yeah, and the flash went off, and it was hot, so there's a bit of... Anyway, the caption for that was, in this photo, the children are visited by a terrifying god from Japan.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Remind me to never put Joe in charge of the Human Echoes photo album.
Or the Land of Wind and Ghost or something like that. I make myself laugh.
Alright, everybody, send pictures for Joe to caption. Of your family members.
But only if you're horrifyingly
Yeah, do like
overmade
a
up.
caption contest.
My wife is turning into a Mary Kay salesperson now.
Oh, really?
So that's a thing that's happening to me.
Oh,
yeah.
gosh. I have so many friends on Facebook that got set up with like Mary Kay. It is, oh my gosh. They haven't talked to me in, I don't know, years really. And then they message me like, hey girl, how's it going? I'm like, oh, hey, they want to be friends again. I'm like, oh, I'm great. How are you? They're like, I'm great. I just got this wonderful opportunity with Mary Kay that I want to share with you. I'm like, okay, block.
Yeah.
Never
Oh, is that a
mind.
pyramid scheme?
What now?
Is that a pyramid scheme?
It's like on the verge of MLM.
Like, don't you have to pay to like get your like a bundle of makeup sent to you that then you could sell in person or something?
She has to do like a... I don't know. I wish she would have just bought it. She's like... She got in... She claims to have gotten in because it's cheaper. Like, the makeup that they send you is cheaper for yourself. And I do want her to use more makeup. But then...
That's nice.
You know...
Slow down there, Hannah. You're building way too fast.
I can only
Is it light out there?
It is light,
I
yes.
can only imagine the view. This is the best I can do right now for my view.
Oh, it's still doing its thing?
It's like, so it goes from being perfectly okay to... I can only imagine.
It was... Oh, that'll be on the... my view of that will definitely be in the edit, because it was friggin' hilarious.
I kind of want to
No,
see
we don't.
Hannah do a bad 80s makeup tutorial now.
Oh, that wouldn't be that difficult. I could... Oh, you know what? I look like my mom when she was younger. I could just do like a makeup tutorial looking like my mom when she was my age. Except her hair was like almost... I think she had a perm or something. Very frizzy. Very, very high up. She
That was
had
the
a lot
80s.
of...
Did you
I
watch
really don't
Stranger
understand
Things?
the 80s.
That was like the 60s.
It depends on how you're... Yeah... There's beehives and stuff in the 60s. And then
Yeah,
there were
well, I mean,
perms
like,
and
it was
frizz in
like
the
a
80s.
big, like, curly, frizzy mess that she halfway pulled up. So it wasn't like a beehive, but it was like, it wasn't an updo. It was like a downdo with like half up. Never mind, I don't
Who
know.
put a missing block in this walkway?
I don't know.
Which walkway?
I'm not told. It's like I'm drunk. That's what this feels like. It's like I'm slowly, I'm like slowly and like deliberately, carefully placing one at a time. Like I'm putting that
It's
over
hilarious
there.
looking.
That's pretty much official now, isn't it? That we're having a drunk block with fourth room soon?
Yeah, he's gonna
Yes.
get a
Yeah.
compooper
Not about
with a
soon,
Minecraft
but we have to
on
figure
the
that out.
compooper.
He has to get a...
Hannah's gonna get sick. Because that happens every time.
Well, how's the... She has a new monitor
I
now.
haven't gotten
and
sick
how is
so
that-
far, and we were. I was.
I need you to be in first person in GTA to test that.
Wait, I mean,
But
I,
we
I
did
did
that.
it for 5
Right?
minutes.
We did that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So, like,
Because I was very disappointed. Your footage came to me from our Demolition Derby thing, and you were not first person. I
No, she had
avoided
to go-
cutting to your screen there because I wanted it to be like the first person experience for the viewers, but then you were one of the last two people alive,
I got
so I
so
had
sick
to
though.
cut
She
to
turn
the
on her
third-
partner and kill him?
Yeah.
I don't think she did. That wasn't her. That was someone else.
Who was it?
Man, I don't remember. That was like last week, Joe.
There's a lot of people yelling things. So does... what is... What are this?
that was one of my favorite videos. I didn't expect that one to be as fun as it was.
What?
Golf course just turned out to be really fun.
Yeah, we need to do more stuff on the golf course, I think. There's also, we just found a hedge maze
Yeah.
that we should, I was thinking we could, like, do it, but, like, on dirt bikes. Just to make
I
it,
need
like,
to-
extra
yeah.
difficult.
And again, I found that like Wednesday or Tuesday, and I was like, mental note, I need to figure this out a little more. And then you saw it today. Need to definitely poke around in there and see what
Such a
we
big-
can do.
I've
also
played
wanna
some
do a
game
do- a
modes in
soccer
there.
one?
People turn that into like an adversary mode area.
Makes sense. Get in there.
Yeah, I don't know if we would like shoot each other in the maze, or there must be some shooting, or maybe there'd be mines. You
I
could
mean,
leave.
we could go all like The Shining with it, and just everybody has axes and is running through the forest.
Freeze to death.
Can you get axes as a?
Yeah, you can.
I have a battle axe.
Okay.
It was part of the motorcycle update.
Yeah.
Okay. So many chickens.
I'm so
On
you know,
my
I'm really
stairs, by the
surprised that they
way.
have not added a flamethrower yet.
To GTA?
I still don't know if Elon
Yeah.
Musk was actually selling flamethrowers.
Yeah.
He is,
Why? Is it for the AI that he's afraid of?
because now he's in this video. Because every time people are like talking more and more about him, it's like, did you hear you can get a flamethrower when you buy this?
Because the guy doesn't need that much. How much publicity does
It
he
seems like
need?
he's having
he
fun
needs all
is
the
the
publicity.
thing.
He needs more people to buy Teslas because they're not doing so great.
Yeah,
Really?
except for the
They're
fact that
freaking
it's the
amazing.
#1 exported car.
So amazing. So freaking amazing. Oh, we've talked about Teslas before. We've talked about everything.
You know what though? Tesla's a tie dad, really.
His clothes are clean.
Every time you see him, it's Elon Musk. He's just a really long con tie dad. We're gonna talk about great marketing. That was one of those marketing
Yeah.
things that
Wait, what?
got everybody saying it. You didn't say the Super Bowl, Hannah?
No. I was watching
They had
it
an
actually.
ad for Tide that was just about like, you ever notice how people's clothes and commercials are always clean? Because it looked like it started out like a deodorant commercial or something, then it turned into like, is it a car commercial? And then they're like, nope, it's a Tide ad because everybody's clothes are clean. And then like every other commercial you'd watch, you'd
Well, no,
be like,
then it
those
said,
guys.
does this mean every other ad is really a Tide ad?
Yeah.
I think so. But then,
And then you would watch other commercials with clean clothes people, and they would be like,
and then
is
they
it
did
though?
a couple of their own. They did some more fake ads after the tagline.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the
Yes.
guy from Stranger Things, like
Yeah, it
the,
was, it was the sheriff. It was Hopper.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a Tide
it was
ad.
great.
And then
Also,
it
there
just
was
sticks.
there was.
You can't stop thinking it.
There was the
Inserted their brand into every other advertising campaign in the Super Bowl and beyond. Just genius.
They even had a moment where, like, you know, like before the Super Bowl, you'll have like, here's these two players like head to head. Only it was just two different pictures of Hopper from Stranger Things in different outfits. He's like turning into like still a Tide ad.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
I forget what that guy's name is. He's gonna be Hellboy soon.
Is he really?
Is he?
Yep, he is the new
Yeah.
Hellboy.
I like it.
Have you seen the
Picture-
picture of the new Hellboy? Looks just like the old Hellboy.
Which, as
I
it
wouldn't
should.
mind doing
Yeah.
like
I'm glad somebody
Hellboy
again, they're like, you
makeup
know
because
what?
I can make
This
his weird
Hellboy
horn
thing's
things
fine.
pretty
We need to make
easy.
him green.
I've like some of the best cosplays I've ever seen were gender bent Hellboys. Like they were,
Is this just like
there
a
were
Lady
couple
Devil,
really,
isn't it?
really good ones at Comic-Con.
It's Tide ad.
I was down a Reddit rabbit hole and found a gender bent Quiet from Metal Gear Solid. Which is pretty great.
I don't know.
She's
the
a character that essentially exists for fan service, and then like some dude is wearing like the leather suspenders. Like,
I did see a fantasy author once that was like, what would I look like if I posed like the girls on the cover of my fantasy novels? And it was just like middle-aged bald white dude like trying to do all those like weird
my
poses with the
gosh.
sword. It was amazing.
That's great. They did. There's a lot of videos of replacing her character with the character model of like an old grizzled dude, and so he's doing like the weird sexy hip pose thing that she does as she's like about to jump out of the helicopter. It's good stuff, and it works because she never speaks because that's her name.
If you want to see how gender bent is quiet, like this video, subscribe.
Well, that's up to you to make that. I'm not going to wear the costume.
Why not, Al?
Well, I guess it depends. You know what? If we get, what number of members would we have to get for me to be gender bent if we wear that costume?
How many are we at now?
I'd say 20. If we get 20 new
20s?
members
Oh, new ones.
from this video, you have to go and comment that you became a member because of this video.
You get to see Al in
I will-
spandex
yes.
holding a gun.
Is that
It's
an
not
incentive
spandex.
or a threat?
I mean, it's both.
That's a great question.
It's a Tide ad. You don't even know it's
Membership
wrong.
goes to all-time lows. Everyone unsubscribes.
Yeah, 17 people drop their membership just to make sure. And then we get like 3 very vehemently excited people.
Yes. We're at time. That was a Tide ad.
That was a Tide ad. I need to get in shape before all these subscribers hit.
Hannah reshaping my arena.
I'm trying to get
saw
more
that.
cobblestone to make another thingy-mabobber.
Oh no! No!
What?
Oh, I'm fine. I thought it was lava. It was just fire.
Make another
Oh my
thingamabobber?
gosh. I put like 2 blocks up or something.
It's okay. I'm just
I mean,
kidding.
there's cobblestone is not the hardest thing in the world to find.
I would have to
But what's a
leave the arena,
thingamabobber?
though.
No, follow me real quick. There's a mine over here.
Oh, well, I already have like, I have enough to make
Speaking-
like 2 more thingies.
Okay.
Speaking
What
of Tide
thingies?
ads and membership, you can become a member over at patreon.com for as little as $2 a month. You'll get access to these early. You'll get stickers and pins. I don't know what level the pins are at, actually. Different, various
$5.
levels have different stuff. And our eternal gratitude. And eventually, me cosplaying as Quiet. I can't believe I've even said that out loud, Joe.
Canonized it. It's true. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Now
So
the
we're
problem
gonna have to like figure out when that would trigger.
I'm gonna leave this video. I'm gonna favorite this one, and whenever we have like 1 million subs on YouTube, I'm gonna remind you of this. I'm gonna be like, we just need 20 people to go back and become members and say they did for this video alone.
Okay.
But the thing is, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to see Al wearing that.
I gotta Google whatever this person looks like.
Joe's gonna put it up on the screen, I'm sure. Oh no! What happened to my? I forked out of the game while I was under attack.
Oh, well.
I've been slain by the stupid. Oh,
Did you get
fine.
killed by the same thingy, the magma cube?
Yeah, well, I accidentally pushed my middle Steam button and exited to Steam on my Steam controller because I was playing on controller like a noob. I have 2 deaths.
Don't sass him.
Also, I thought the fire was supposed to spread. What the heck?
It's
This
raining.
Oh. Well, that's a low.
Any other completely inaccurate things you want to scream out? The trees are dropping things on me and the fires aren't spreading! Well, actually...